What kind of researcher is? I want to clarify that first.
She's
What
a
kind of
historian and
researcher is it?
astrology.
No, which
She's
historian?
done.
Astrology. Make sure that that is to be clarified, because people
Yeah.
not be
She
confused.
has her doctorate in astrology, sir.
That is it. So she's not a researcher. She's just a doctorate in astrology. Information coming, we should know from which part, who is saying the information, because that is very, very important in today's world.
So research can be done in any subject. Let's keep that aside. Let's not get to the title debate. I want to focus more on the debate and in play today blog, because it's a metaphor.
That is what she does. She picks something from Ramayana. She picks something Mahabharata, unrelated to slokas, and then she says, "This is what I can also show thousands of slokas."
Hello and welcome to Chanakya English. Today I have a very, very special guest who's very well known in Tamil Nadu for a very noble cause. He's Mr. Rangarajam Narasimhan from Sri Rangam, who fights for the temples with the HRNC, with the mismanagement of both any kind of temple related issues. You will see this man on the screen. And very, very warm welcome to Rangarajam Narasimhan, sir. Welcome to Chanakya English.
Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha. Glad to be on Chanakya English for the first time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So, to give a brief introduction to our viewers, the tussle between science and faith is not something new to us, and it's not something that we have not seen in the history in the recent years and many centuries back as well. But today we are going to discuss about one such important tussle, I should call it, between science and religion yet again, and the faith, I should say, more than the religion, yet again on the dating of Ramayana and the birth of Rama. This is a land, Tamil Nadu, which has debated about the existence of Rama for many years, but now we are debating about when Rama was born. Rangarajam Narasimhan, sir, my first question to you. How important do you think the dating is?
Not at all important. What is more important is what is the lesson that we learn from something. I mean, dates are important up to a certain point. We all celebrate our birthdays, not throughout our life, You celebrate it when you are a child, you keep a track of it, and then when you grow old, when you are mature enough, you think it is yet another day. So what is important is what you have achieved in your life when you lived your life. What is important from Ramayana is not when was it happening or where did it happen. What is important is the 16 Kalyana Gunas of Rama. Ramayana starts with that. Ramayana starts with the 16 Kalyana Gunas of Rama. Who is the one who was God? 16 great qualities is the question that was asked to Narada by Valmiki. So this is where it started. So what is more important is what we have to see. There is always, in any subject for that matter, a very, very crucial portion and not so very crucial portion. Even if you take movies, throughout the movies, people will not be sitting there. Some portions will be boring and people will walk away. So those portions are not important, isn't it? Like, for example, a song for which is unrelated to a movie. Almost all songs are unrelated in today's movies. That's a different story. but what is more important is the message that the itihasa is passing through to somebody, and why is that message passed through? This is what is much more important than anything, and that is why Sanatana Dharma has always concentrated on the teachings, not even concentrated on who taught it, but just on the teachings. Several rishis of our in Sanatana Dharma, they don't even have names. No, Agastya Brata. There's a person called Agastya Brata. He does not have a name. He's a brother of Agastya. That is how you know. So there are so many characters, so many legends, so many scientists. I will use the word scientist because you started with science. So many real scientists who have done extraordinary amount of studies and research and given us the Sara, the juice. Uh, which one would you prefer? The sugar cane or the sugar cane juice?
I prefer sugarcane. I like to bite it myself.
But okay, you are thirsty. Do you want sugar or sugar cane? Sugar cane or sugar cane juice? You are
I want
thirsty now.
water. I want water.
No, we don't. I'm a sugar cane or sugar cane juice or sugar cane.
Of course, sugarcane juice.
Why I'm asking this question again and again is that the thirst here in Sampradaya is the not. This is called jignasu, a person who is interested to learn the real truth.
Mhm.
Okay, so that thirst should be there in a person, and when that thirst is there, he would definitely want the juice more than the. Of course, everybody wants to read the entire Ramayana completely, but we all know that when we are in distress, our elders will tell us to go and read Sundaraganta. Sundaraganta first. Why? Why not Balakanta? Why not Aranyakanta? Why not Yuddhakanta? Why Sundaraganta? Because there is a reason. So the juice is more important than the dates and other things basically.
தேங்க்யூ சார். ஒரே நிமிஷம். அந்த நானும் கொஞ்சம் அட்ஜஸ்ட் பண்ணிடுறேன். உங்க ஹெட் ரூமும் கொஞ்சம் குறைச்சிக்கிறேடா. கொஞ்சம் bring it down. Perfect சார். தேங்க்யூ. ரொம்ப ஜாஸ்தியா இருந்த மாதிரி இருந்தது நீங்க பேச ஆரம்பிச்சதும். ஸோ that is very well said, sir. Thank you so much for giving me that introduction on what we are going to talk today. Having said, what is more important is the essence of Ramayana. Why were you so vehemently against the dating during the book release of Honorable Mr. Dushyant Sridharji about Ramayana, where he has used the dating of historian and researcher Dr. Jayashree Sarnath? Why were you so vehemently against that dating, and what is bothering you about the 7,000-year-old dating?
I am not against anybody releasing any book. That is up to them. We cannot stop anybody from writing any book. There are so
No,
many.
I'm calling it about the book. I mean, not the book alone. He has used the dating.
I have not read the book. I don't know what is there in the book. But whatever is been propagated as something which is there in the book is something that must be condemned because it makes no sense. It is absolute nonsense. Basically, if you claim yourself as a person who is well versed, one person Dushyant Sridhar gets himself introduced as a Vedic scholar, correct? As a spiritual person, right? A Vedic scholar and a spiritual person should stick to Vedanta, Veda and Vedanta, and then teach the masses what he is supposed to. You cannot, in the garb of research, I don't know what kind of research anybody did, and
what is bothering you about the 7,000 years?
What is very
Precisely.
simple. Ramayana, in Ramayana itself, Valmiki himself says, Dasavarsa Shahasrani, Dasavarsa Shatanicha. So he says Rama lived 11,000 years. So if Rama lived 11,000 years, how can he be born before 7,000 years? A very simple first standard student who can do mathematics will say 7,000 is very less than 11,000. How is it possible?
There is an explanation given to that by a researcher. Again, I'm quoting Jayashree Sarnathan, madam. I hope she won't mind me quoting that.
She's not a researcher. What kind of researcher is? I want to clarify that first.
She's
what
an
kind
historian
of
and astrology.
No, which historian? Astrology. Make sure that is to be clarified because people should not be confused.
She has her doctorate in astrology, sir.
That is it. So she's not a researcher. She's just a doctorate in astrology and not a historian. She's not an archaeologist. So that is very important. The information coming, we should know from which part, who is saying the information, because that is very, very important in today's world. Okay. So a person being introduced as a researcher, as an astrologist, that's okay. They can be anything that in their life. That is not an issue. But when you are an astrologist, you should be introduced as an astrologist, not as a researcher and not as a historian. That's all I'm wanting to say.
Research can be done in any subject. Let's keep that aside.
Anybody can do research. That
exactly. So that's okay. Research. So let's not get to the title debate. I want to focus more on the debate and in play today because that's more interesting.
That I'm worried about. The reason why I'm doing all these things is because Certain people are being projected as somebody whom they are not.
No, sir.
That is
Let
the
us
biggest
leave.
problem.
Oh, wait a minute, sir. Let me get to the point of what was stated. I want to focus more on that rather than personalities.
Let's do that.
Sorry to cut you, but so that was. I just read her blog and everything, because the prime debate was, as I see in X, was between you and condemning her dating and everything. So she was telling that a person who lives a dharmic life,
Mm,
one day of his life is
mm.
supposed to be equal to 1000 years. And she's
Yes.
quoting Mahabharata. She's quoting Mahabharata, where
Mm,
in their exile, when the
mm,
Pandavas are in the exile, Bhima
mm,
says this to
mm, mm,
um, uh, Dharma, that
mm,
you are a very dharmic person. We have been
mm,
in exile for 13 days, so it is
mm,
equivalent to 13,000 years. So
mm,
he was very impatient, basically, and so he is telling this. So she's quoting that. So it
mm,
could be a metaphor that was used. Don't you
mm.
think so?
I mean, what is the relationship here?
No, the
Somebody,
11,000 years.
somebody who's
The,
desperate.
the 11,000 years should
Let's
be a
look into the
metaphor.
Mahabharata sloka first. Mahabharata sloka is between Bhishma and Yudhishthira, right? And Bhishma is impatient and he wants to go and then kill Drona on the
Bhima.
13th day.
Bhima.
Bhima, sorry,
Yeah.
Bhima. Bhima is impatient and he wants to go and kill Duryodhana immediately.
Duryodhana.
And so
Mm.
he wants to say that 13 days is equivalent to so and so. He is just saying this is a metaphor. Where is the Pramana which says 1 day is equal to 1 year? This is not a Pramana. This is just a wishful thinking of Bhima. In spite of it, 13 years were spent in exile by the Pandavas. That is the truth. They didn't go on the 14th day to fight Duryodhana.
No,
In
what
fact,
is what is the no? What is the thing? What is the doubt that it was stated in the Valmiki
out of
Ramayana? I mean,
context
it
you
was
cannot pick
stated
a
in
sloka. Madam, out of context you cannot pick a sloka from some
no,
other
not out. No,
itihasa
no,
and then
absolutely
bring
not
it.
out of context, sir. I'm calling it out. I mean, it was mentioned in Madam's book. I mean, blog,
That is
because it's
what
a
she does.
metaphor.
That is what she does. She picks something from Ramayana. She picks something Mahabharata, unrelated to slokas, and then she says, "This is what I can also show." So thousands of slokas that makes it 11,000 years equal to 30 years, 30 years, right? So that is what probably she's saying, that 1 day is equal to 1 year, which is told in
Sir,
Mahabharata.
my bad, sir. It should have been 1 day is equal to 1 year. Probably
Do we
you're
want
right.
to, do we want to pause this and check it? Huh.
So sorry, I just cross verified, sir. You're right. It's 1 day is equal to 1 year, sir. That is what
As per
Madam
her,
quoted.
because why I say this,
And the exile
yeah,
quoting
that is
about
what
that exile example. Yeah.
when in the sloka in Mahabharata says 1 day is equal to 1 year, that is why 13 days is equal to 13 years.
Hmm.
So if you go by that, and I am just trying to put my calculator on, 11,000 divided by 365 is
30
equal to
years
30.
approximately. Yeah.
So probably she is saying Rama lived for 30 years only. Is that what she is saying? I do not know. Because because as per Ramayana, Rama went to forest when? At what year? In his 25th year.
Probably. Yeah.
He returned back after 14 years.
14 years.
So what is it? 39 years. So what she's saying is she's saying 30 years only Rama lived. Okay, forget about that also. Let us take another calculation. How many years Rama went in exile?
14 years.
14 years or 14 days? As per Jay Sri Sarnathan. Is it 14 years or 14 days?
Hmm.
How many years Sita went away from Rama? Ramana kidnapped her, right? How many months and how many years was she in Lanka?
I think I'm not quite sure, but you should be able to tell me that.
Nearly 1 year.
Okay.
10 months. After 10 months, Ravana comes and then says, I will give you 2 more months to live. Otherwise, I will kill you. So that doesn't mean that Sita was born in Lanka for only 1 day. How many days it took, as per Ramayana, as per Valmiki, to build the Ram Setu? Do you know? 5 days. So if you go by this sloka, that 5 days is equal to how many days? I don't know.
Sir, coming to Ram Setu, sir.
This is
Uh,
comical. This is
No, no,
comical, and you call this person as a researcher who cannot even do mathematics, basic mathematics.
no. I
You
think
want to,
it will
I
be
will give
better
you
if
one
she
more thing. I will
answers.
give you one more thing. I
No,
will
no,
give you
it
one
will
more
be
thing.
better if she answers to it. But
I will give you one more thing. Let her answer this also. How
mm,
many years Dasaratha lived?
some 60,000,
60,000 years.
66,000 years or something.
60,000
Yeah.
years. So 60,000 divided by 360, 365. That means he lived 164 years. Is she agreeable to that?
Sir,
I don't know. I don't know. Where is it taking us? We are going nowhere, isn't it?
sir,
This is
you are,
why.
can you, sir, are you telling me Rama lived for 11,000 years? Is that agreeable to you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That is
How?
what Shastra says. How? Don't ask me how. Shastra, that is the problem. This is there a problem is. Nastikas will ask how. Astikas will ask what did Rama do? How did he live? I will follow him.
Questioning,
What is the
questioning
point?
is not bad, sir.
Valmiki, no, no, it is not bad. You need to know what kind of question you should ask, isn't it? You
Yeah,
cannot ask a
correct,
random
sir.
question.
No,
You cannot
sir.
ask.
See, as per Vedas, there is a reason why I asked this, sir. So,
Hmm,
as per Vedas, the person of a human being is
hmm.
always said to be around 100 years.
Yes.
It's quoted in the Vedas. So, how
Same.
can Rama live for 10,000 years, sir? He took
When,
birth as a human being.
in which yuga? See, now when you are quoting something, you should quote the pramana. Otherwise, there is no point.
No, no.
You should.
I'm
You should not.
I'm asking for your clarification. You are
I have not seen. I have not seen anything like that. You
you have
have to
not
quote
seen
the
anything that.
pramana.
No, no.
Quote
You
the
have
pramana.
not seen anything that
In
it
Kali
is
Yuga,
quote.
in Kali Yuga, humans live 120 years, is what I know. And I'm still searching for the pramana, honestly. Honestly, I don't have any
So
pramana
how
which
do you
says
know
that.
if you don't see that pramana? You
No,
you you are yourself
I'm not saying anything.
admitted now.
I am not saying
120
anything.
years.
Is what
I'm a little
120.
confused.
I will
I'm a
tell you.
little confused. Let me make it.
120. Let me clarify. 120 years is Purna Ayusu, they say.
Okay.
Ramanujacharya lived for 120 years.
Okay.
That is how I come. I come from Sampradaya perspective. I am not a person who is going to unnecessarily argue whether Rama lived for 11,000 years, Rasasara lived for 60,000 years. I believe in Valmiki. I believe in Valmiki. I don't believe in Westerners' science. Why? I will tell you also. We were cheated during Corona time. We all know that
Sir,
because science.
what do you think is the date of Rama? Because I saw a calculation in your X. Can you
Yes.
explain that to our viewers, sir?
See, basically, the yuga count. There are
Hmm.
four yugas, chaturyugas, right? As per Itihasas Puranas, the yugas are there are four yugas: Krita, Treta, Dwapara, and Kali yugas, and each of them has got the Krita yuga is 17 lakhs 28,000 years. Treta Yuga has got 12 lakhs 96,000 years. Dwapara Yuga has got 8 lakhs 64,000 years, and Kali Yuga has got 4 lakh 32,000 years. This is the mathematics. So all put together 43 lakh 20,000 years is the number for
Mm-hmm.
one Chaturya. Okay. As per Matsya Purana, as per Vayu Purana, as per Skanda Purana, and many other Puranas, Rama lived in the 24th Chaturyuga. This is not my words. I don't invent these things. I've not done any research. I've just read from my teachers that in
Mm-hmm.
Skanda Purana, in Vayu Purana, in Matsya Purana, in several other Puranas, it is stated that Rama lived in the 24th Chaturyuga. Okay. Forget about
Mm-hmm.
24th Chaturyuga for a minute. Today we are in the 28th Chaturyuga. We all know that and we all agree. Okay. One Chaturyuga is 43 lakhs 20,000 years.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a piece of calculator, a piece of paper, and try to calculate this whole thing. I will do it with you. 43 lakhs 20,000.
Sir, my
This is.
math is very poor, sir. I'll rely on you. Go ahead.
I will do it for you. Already have done it, so I will do it again. 24th Chaturika, let us keep it on park. 25, 26, and 27. Three Chaturicas have gone, right? Completely. That means 43 lakh 20,000 into 3. So many number of years are gone. That is actually 1 crore 29 lakh 60,000 years. Today in the 28th Chaturyuga, we are in Kali Yuga. Do you agree? That means 3 yugas have been completed.
Sir,
Krita,
a
Treta,
question.
Dwapara.
Sir, a question. quoting like 1 crore years back. We just spoke about Ram Setu, and we are still seeing Ram Setu. 1 crore years back, if something was built, do you think the mortal, I mean, the remains of that, physical remains of that is still seen? Uh, doesn't coincide,
Do you
right?
know when dinosaurs lived?
It is said to have lived. We only have fossil evidence.
How do you know? Do you have physical remains of dinosaurs?
Fossils.
It is there, right? That is physical remains, right? What is fossils?
It's not exactly the physical remains, but kind of, you know, the
I'm not a
they
scientist.
trace it.
I'm not a scientist, so you have to explain to me what a fossil is.
Okay,
What
what a
is a
fossil
fossil?
is
It's a
basically
physical remain. It is
no, it is
fossilized.
it is
Fossilized. Okay, go ahead.
it is the, I mean, if a beat or bone, it disintegrates. So a fossil is just
Or something is
uh,
there.
yeah, it's giving a
Some remains.
traceability,
Some remains, right?
not physical.
Ah, what is that
Not
then?
physical. It is a
Huh.
traceability that a creature has lived. Say, for example, you have a bone. The bone gets decomposed in the soil, and the structure or the image of that gets
I, I
imprinted
just checked.
on
I
a
just
rock. No,
hmm.
no, on a rock or something, and that's what you call. It's not a physical mortal remain. Fossil is not a physical remains.
Okay. So it is something imaginary, is it?
No,
This
it's
is
not
science.
imaginary as well. It
Problem
is
is
not
science.
imaginary as well. It is not imaginary as well. But you
Okay.
cannot compare Ram Setu remains to fossils.
How do you know? Why can't you compare?
Because for Ram Setu we are still seeing, sir.
Even
Fossil you can,
dinosaurs.
sir. You cannot see a dinosaur
Dinosaurs.
bone, sir. Sir, you cannot see a dinosaur bone, sir. You
People
can
have
only see that.
reconstructed dinosaurs. People have
Sir,
reconstructed
reconstruction. Sir,
kinds of
reconstruction is
dinosaurs
different. Sir,
from
reconstruction is
the
different.
remains from the
No, no.
remaining bone.
You cannot compare what is remaining in Ramasetu to fossils. Fossil is something that you cannot see its existence in material form. You can never see a fossil's existence in a material form,
Anyway,
but you are seeing Ramasetu.
we have digressed somewhere.
No, no,
Anyway,
we have not. No, no,
I
we
will
have
come
not.
back
It's
to
a
your
very
question.
important point, sir.
I don't know.
1 crore year,
This
and Ramasetu is still standing, sir. How will we correlate this?
what is wrong? Why can't it stand? 1 crore
How
year,
will it
Rama is still
stand?
standing. Rama is still standing.
Rama's story is standing. Rama's itihasa
So
is
Rama
standing.
is not true, is it?
Rama is very much true, sir. Why it's a itihasa? Why would I say
Rama
it's
is
not
standing
true?
only. Rama is standing only. Obviously, Rama
Sir,
is there.
you don't see mortal Rama in a physical form. I am
The
telling you,
problem.
I am
That is
seeing
the
Ram
problem.
Setu. No,
That
no,
is
I
the
am
problem.
seeing Ram Setu in a physical form. How will you correlate this?
I have never seen in my life Ram Setu. Anyway, that is a different story.
Sir,
I'm
lot
only
of
seeing
people have seen.
pictures.
We
I
have
have not
seen
seen.
lot of images.
I'm only talking about myself. I'm not talking about others.
That's
I
okay,
have not.
but Ram Setu
I
remains.
have
You
not
can
seen Ram
see.
Setu. I have not seen Ram Setu. I have not even seen Ram himself. Ram in reality, but I see him every day in my puja room. So I believe that Rama is existing, and I believe Ram Setu will also exist. I don't have any answer for such questions. I what like I said, there are two parts of itihasa. One is important, one is unimportant.
Sir, why
If we
did I
want
bring
to,
Ram
if
Setu?
we want to be,
There is a very important part to it, sir. The reason why I brought Ram Setu, sir.
Hmm,
Ram Setu has been there are it's not just made of rocks. There are
hmm.
also wooden structures. A carbon
Hmm.
dating has been done, and the dating goes back to close to
Do
7,000
you
years.
know the error? Do you know the error in carbon dating?
There is a lot of errors. I do agree, but no,
Then,
but wait,
hmm,
I am agreeing that there could be errors in carbon dating or in science, but you don't seem to agree that Ram Setu is existing physically and it could exist for
I'm
1 crore years.
don't don't
How can
don't
you
say
say
things that don't say things that I've never said. Don't say
that?
that I don't believe. I believe in everything that my poor forefathers have said. I believe in every single
Sir,
aspect. I
Rama
shall.
Setu is existing in physical form, and can you answer me, sir? You answer me logically. I'm asking you. Do you think
Why
a
should I
bridge?
answer a question that you want? I don't understand. You want to fix. What are you trying to achieve? You tell me. If I
No, sir.
answer
I'm
your
trying
question,
to understand, sir.
I
I'm
don't
trying to
answer. I'm
understand
not a
honestly.
researcher. I'm not an archaeologist. I don't know. I'm not a researcher. How do I know whether how is it existing? What kind of a question is this to a person who has no idea on how it can exist? I believe it is existing because Rama built it, so it existed. What is wrong in it? You believe in Kurukshetra, the place where battlefield
No, my
happened.
question.
Everybody says that existed, right? Even today, that radioactivity things are happening there. Everybody says that, right? We
Exactly.
trust.
There is a
We,
there is a there is there is
have you
a
seen
reasoning.
Corona? Let me tell you. Have you seen Corona in your life? Nobody saw Corona in their life, right? But everybody believed. How can you believe something which you have not seen? That is faith.
No,
Hold on, hold on.
no.
That is faith,
It's
and that
not
is
faith.
trust.
It's not
That
faith.
is faith
It's
and
not
trust.
faith and
Trust.
trust. What existed? See, you can see the virus in a microscope. If you ask
Have
me,
you
have you
seen
seen
this?
it?
My
No,
question.
no. If you
My
ask me,
question
have
was
you
different.
wait? If you ask me, have I seen it in a microscope? I have seen viruses in microscope during my school days, or college days, or things like that.
You cannot
But
talk about. I'm not talking about mala
no,
here.
no,
I'm not talking about mala here. Don't pick it as mala. Look at people, simpletons like me, man. I am an
sir.
ordinary person.
Sir, the same question, sir. Common
Probably are a
person, sir.
scientist.
Sir,
You could have
exactly,
seen a
sir.
microscope.
Sir,
I
you are
have
a
no
very, very
microscope.
rational person, sir. That's why I'm
I am.
asking you this question.
I am.
That is why I'm asking you this question. As a very common man, will a common man not ask, I am seeing Ram Setu. Ram Setu is lying right there. We are seeing satellite images of it. And there are
Discuss.
divers who went in and did.
Beautiful.
There are people who went in and they even dated it. And it is remaining there. Can something remain under ocean for 1 crore plus years and still
If
be there?
something can remain in the earth for 2 billion years, dinosaurs, bridge can also be
we
there for
don't see we don't
crores.
see no, you cannot compare fossils with Ram
That
Setu.
is my
I'm
answer,
very
madam.
sorry.
I mean, that is my answer. That is all I can give because I am not a
I leave
scientist.
it to the
I
viewers.
don't
I
claim.
leave it to the
No,
viewers if you can
I will
compare
tell
it
you.
with fossil.
Let me,
But
let me come. You can leave it to the. We'll leave it to the viewers only. But I will complete one thing. I don't claim myself as a scientist. I don't claim myself as a researcher. I don't claim myself
no,
as an
sir, if
historian.
you thought
Madam,
as a
let me
belief,
finish.
I cannot question.
Let me finish. I don't claim myself as an archaeologist. I am a student of Sanatana Dharma. So, as a student of Sanatana Dharma, I can answer you. I give you answers. Certain things we may not know, we may never know. We have to just trust. And our forefathers are not idiots. They're not idiots. When you say that what you see there is not the one which was built by Rama, then you are only saying that forefathers are idiots. And if you are saying just because it is there and somebody dated it at 7,000 years, Rama also lived in 7,000 years, maths don't work like that. Science
Sir,
and spirituality don't work like that. The science of the Westerners is in primitive stage. They are still grappling to understand. They are not even able to find a vaccine for flu. They are not even able to find a vaccine for flu till date. That is the state of science. They cannot even tell when a baby will be born. That is the state of science today. It is in primitive stage. What is in primitive stage? With primitive knowledge, if you are trying to give answers to something which is extraordinary, maybe billion PhDs level, it is difficult. That is why
so my
Shastras are
question was very simple. My
I
question
mean,
was very
very,
simple.
very important point. That is why Sanatana Dharmis believe in Shastras. There are three Pramanas. That is Pratyaksha Pramana, which we can understand by our senses, five senses. We can see things and then we can understand. We can touch and understand. We can smell, taste, etc., etc. We can hear. With these, we can understand certain things, and that is called Pratyaksha Pramana. So after Pratyaksha Pramana comes in Anumana. That is certain things which you can I mean, guess is not the right word, but I do not know. I don't have it. Anumana is Anumana for me. Okay. I don't have the English vocabulary with me. So, for example, if you see
Assuming assumptions.
assumptions, if you see a fire, if you see smoke in a mountain, you will definitely know that there is fire. You may not see the fire at all, but you will see that you can say that there is fire in the mountain. That you learn by Anumana because somewhere else you have seen fire and smoke together, and without fire there is no smoke. So if there is smoke, there must be fire. You assume that there is fire. This is called Anumana. Certain things you cannot even understand even through Anumana, and they are called that they are told to us through Shabda, which means Shastra, that is Vedas. Vedas teach us those things. What is important for us, an intelligent person, is to learn things which he cannot acquire through his senses or through the intuition. That is the right word. Intuition is the right word, I think, for Anumana.
Anumana.
Okay. So, if the third pramana is only with Sanatana Dharmis, and we believe in these pramana much more than anything else. Pratyaksha pramana may differ from Anumana, but then Anumana takes precedence. Shastras take the most precedence. So this is how it is. So the calendar, the way we understand, etc., is all completely different from Westerners thinking. If you bring in Westerners ideas and then ask questions to me, I am not a Westerner. I'm a born Indian. I am soaked in so genes. Your voice is not there. You're mute.
My bad. Thank you, sir. My question was very simple, a common question, not a Western question. I am seeing something. Can it exist for one crore year? But you said
Yes,
it's my belief. So
that is
if
Pratyaksha
you quote,
Pramana.
no,
That is
if
why
you
I'm saying,
that's what.
but hold on. When you see something and when you know that it was built by Rama, then it is called Pratyaksha and Anumana. You have to use those
That
two.
is what I'm using, sir. My Anumana, as you rightly said, sir, somewhere in the mountain, I see a smoke. I think
Correct,
I am, my Anumana says there is fire. So
correct,
somewhere in the ocean, I'm seeing a bridge, and I am
right.
seeing a bridge, and my Anumana is it has existed. So existence means when it comes to existence, a bridge in the water cannot exist for 1 crore years. That is my Anumana that I'm asking you.
Not
It's not
built for one
against the
crore.
Dharma or anything. It's my Anumana that I'm trying to ask you, and not just mine, sir.
It is
Lots
not
of
Anumana.
common
What
people
you're
have it.
trying no, what you're trying to do is not Anumana. You are trying to decipher something which you don't know. That's not Anumana. Anumana is something which
Sir,
you already know
sir,
of.
existing, sir. It is existing, sir. Okay. I am telling that is the Ramar Setu. That is the Anumana. I'm telling it is the same bridge Rama built.
Who told you that it is Rama Setu?
What do you mean? Who told you it's
Who
Rama
told
Setu?
you that it is Rama Setu?
No, it was called Adams Bridge earlier. Then we
So it is not
claimed that no, the NASA called it Adams Bridge.
my
Adams
question
Bridge.
was my question is not who what is its earlier name. My question is who told it is Ram Setu? Valmiki told you.
Valmiki told us, yeah.
Ah, exactly. Did you see Valmiki? No, you have not seen, right? So
Mhm.
what Valmiki says is true. We believe in Valmiki. We don't doubt Valmiki. If Valmiki says something was there between Sri Lanka and India, and that was a setu built by Rama, we believe in it. And that belief is not blind faith. Today we see it in our own Pratyaksha
But
Pramana. We see
no,
through
no.
our
Today we see it, but you are not ready to answer my question. Can it exist for 1 crore years? How can
yes, it
anything
is.
exist like that for 1 crore years?
You are saying can it exist? I am saying it is existing. You are questioning that existence. I am saying
No,
it
I'm
is
not
existing.
questioning that existence. I am very much agreeing to the existence, but I'm telling
Uh,
it cannot exist for 1 crore years.
how do you say that? What is the pramana for
Science.
that? How which science? Which
Sir,
science tells you?
humans migrated to the land that we are living today, the
That
Bharata
exactly.
Punya
There you go.
Bhumi.
There you go. There you go. This is the Western thinking. Humans migrated from somewhere to somewhere is not at all in any of the Sanatana Dharma texts. This is all Darwinian theory. This is all Big Bang theory. All nonsense theory from Western science.
My
Don't mix
last
and match.
question to you.
No, don't mix and match Western thinking and Indian thinking.
No, sir. When you call it a faith system, I don't think I can question it either. My last question to you. Valmiki was not just well versed in Sanskrit. I've also read that Valmiki has written in Tamil. Have you read about that, sir? Do you
This is first time I'm hearing something like this.
you have not heard it? So
No, I
my
haven't.
question would stay invalid to you then.
I
I
don't
might
know.
have to pose it
Answer
somewhere
is I
else.
don't know. Answer is I don't know. I mean, I will ask you a counter question for that. How does it matter?
It matters
How? I'm not
because
saying I'm asking how does it matter? The
no,
answer is not
it matters. That's what I was about to explain it to you. It
how.
matters because if he has written texts in Tamil,
Okay.
the existence of Tamil language 1 crore years back, because Ramayana was written in the period of Rama.
Okay.
It was written in the period of Rama.
Right.
That is what epic, right? So you are
Right.
seeing it and you're writing it, or
Right.
somebody is telling you and you're writing it. So one
Right.
crore years plus Tamil existed and the script existed. I am just
Beautiful.
baffled.
Have you heard of the saying kal tondri man tondra kalatte mun tondriya மூத்த குடி தமிழ் குடி? அப்ப கல் தோன்றி மண் தோன்றா காலத்தை, even before any of this came, Tamil existed means who spoke Tamil? When none of this existed, who spoke Tamil?
That is the question. If people migrated only 1 lakh years back, how can a language exist 1 crore year back?
That means the theory which says that people only existed 1 lakh years back is rubbish.
No, Tamil.
That theory is
Tamil
rubbish.
no, when you talk about your pramana and scriptures, you can say it's a pramana, it's my belief. But when you talk about language, I cannot take any pramanas. I can only take what is science. When a language existed, then people should have existed, and people don't exist before 1 lakh years. How do you think a language will exist?
No, that is
Well,
again.
anyway, you said you don't know whether
Same thing.
Valmiki wrote in
No, no,
Tamil,
no,
so I
that
cannot
is
question
no,
further
no.
on
I
this.
asked you a question on how does it matter if
And
Valmiki has
I'm
written
explaining.
something in Tamil. Mike, you have not got an answer for that because you were saying he cannot
That is
exist
what I'm
before.
answering.
Again, you are saying
Even before people come in, how can a
Hmm.
language exist? See, for language existence, I cannot take any pramana from Sanatana Dharma. For a language existence, I need facts, I need reasonings. Science should give me those answers, and science is telling only before 1 lakh years people have come in. How can I assume that 1 crore year back Tamil existed?
Well, I'll finish off with one thing. Science says that I can't believe anything unless I see it and unless I repeat it, right? Then you should
Not
not.
exactly.
Not exactly. That is what science is. Or you
Science
tell me,
says
you educate me on what science means.
no, anything that can be understood in a rational way is what science calls it.
What is the rational way now? You have to explain that as well. These are all words.
No,
Or
it's
these
very
are all jobs. What is
rational is a
rational?
very so rational means
What to
something that
explain?
you can understand is
Ah,
rational, sir. Something that you can understand and validate based on your understanding is rational. Sir,
I don't know. Leave it to that.
very simple, sir. I'll explain, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
rational is that you say that something is there, and on what basis you say that something is there? No, I have a reasoning to it.
Hmm.
Reasoning and logical reasoning, sir. Basically, if rational is too complex, then just have
So
it as logical reasoning.
we all trusted irrationally that Corona existed. That's good. Thanks. Because we never saw anything.
That is still
We never
debatable.
saw anything. We never saw
No,
anything.
we all there are researchers who publish papers and they've proven that COVID virus existed. So I mean, I don't buy it, sir.
Similarly, we don't buy it. Certain things that I am saying you don't want to buy. Certain things you say that I can't buy. I think we should leave it at that. That these cannot be mixed and matched, and that is why certain things which you don't see, which you have not seen, but yet you believe, you trust, you should have the faith that it existed, and we don't have an answer for it. We will probably someday, sometime find an answer. I started with saying that our rishis are the greatest scientists ever. The rishis went through certain practices which helped them gain the knowledge. And that practice is not at all there for us. Can we go without food for one day? How many of us can do that? Rishis, Puranas are saying that the rishis can go without food for hundreds of thousands of years. Several hundreds of thousands of years they can go without food. Even we today in Tamil Nadu trust that Siddhars exist without eating anything, isn't it? So this is all faith. Certain things that you cannot understand, superhuman, the ability for a human to understand, and those things cannot be tried to make sense with the knowledge that we have. That is when we falter. When you falter there, your questions are all valid. I'm not denying your questions. How can you say now I'm seeing Ram Setu? How do you think something is existing for several crores of years? Good question. The answer to that is I don't know, is the answer. The answer to that is not now I know that it cannot exist for 7,000 years, more than 7,000 years. That is not the answer. The best answer is I don't know. I will be patient enough and I will try to figure out the answer. I don't have to be in a hurry and I don't have to think that I am much more intelligent than the Rishi Munis that existed in our country and who have given us the Veda Shastras. And then I don't have to say that, yeah, I discovered the birth date of Rama. This is such and such date, 5114 BC, January 9th. That is not something that you should do. What is the hurry in concluding? You don't have to conclude, isn't it? Why we have a lifetime to understand? The lifetime can span multiple generations. That is how we have grown as human beings. Now I am coming to science, Science, the knowledge that we have, it tells us how we grew, right? So I think that is something that most of us, we can agree, at least to this extent, that the science world, that is today's science world, the modern science world, and the spiritual science world are two different planes. Modern science is so in primitive stage, and the spiritual science is in super duper height. And it is not possible for the primitive knowledge that we have to give answers to certain areas. Not a problem, not at all. Nobody blames you. What is on the other side of the moon? Nobody is going to blame you. You can say, I do not know. Are there 9 planets only? Are there not 15 planets? You can say, I don't know. All I know is 9 planets. That is all you can say. There is nothing wrong in it. Accepting that my knowledge is limited is nothing wrong. Is nothing to be ashamed of. It is something to be proud of. Sanatana Dharmis, I actually tweeted one today. We accept that we cannot understand. We understand that we cannot understand God. That we understand. பெருமாளை பத்தி எனக்கு தெரியலன்னு நான் தெரிஞ்சுட்டேன். பெருமாள் என்ன பத்தி தெரிஞ்சுட்டேன்னா பெரியமாளை பத்தி தெரியலன்னு தெரிஞ்சுட்டேன். தெரியாதுன்னு தெரிஞ்சுட்டேன். I can understand that we cannot understand him. That is where we should leave it. That is the spiritual world.
Aprameya.
Yeah, that is the spiritual world, and the spiritual world is the one which uplifts a person spiritually, and also from the mess that is there in the society can only be cured by spirituality. The mess that is there, the too much of drugs, too much of nonsense that is happening on the streets of Tamil Nadu and India, or all over the world for that matter. The only cure for that is Shastras. And that is how it was there in the earlier days. That is why we had golden days those years. We are read it from the inscriptions, right? Historians will tell you. I'm not an historian, but historians will tell you that there were golden periods. And why are we not having golden periods? I live in Srirangam. Kaveri is dry. Kolidam is dry. We know we spend crores and crores of rupees to clean Ganga. Every year, we know all these things. Why are we in a mess like this? Because spiritually one is not uplifted. One has to uplift. I don't know. I cannot explain what is upliftment of the spirituality. It is to become more than yourself, more than self, being more than being selfish. For me, for mine. Everything is me, for me only. The whole world is for me. This is how modern science tells. So you can eat any animal, how much ever you want. தமிழ்ல ஒரு பாட்டு இருக்கு, உலகம் பிறந்தது எதற்காக, ஓடும் நதிகள் எல்லாம் எனக்காக. That is the superiority complex the human has. This superiority complex is the problem for all the miseries that human beings go through. And the spirituality is the only one which helps us. That superiority complex is simply called as ego. That ego must be reduced. That is what spirituality tells. How does it matter when Rama was born? Now you tell me. We are in a different platform, right? Already we are in a different platform. Doesn't matter at all whether Ram Setu exists, whether Rama even existed. Doesn't matter. What are the qualities that Rama had? Why is it being talked even today? Even if you assume it 7,000 years, I will give it to you also. Even if 7,000 years, can something exist? How is it possible? Even as per the science that your so-called researcher is saying, 7,000 years back, some young Drazer theory was there. And that is when they said that plants were there. Even before, plants were not there. They are saying that it is Ice Age before that.
10,000 years back.
How many years back?
10,000 years back.
So 10,000 years back, Ice Age was there.
Mhm.
When the trees come, as per the research?
Uh,
7,000 years back.
somewhere between that, sir. Not exactly 7,000, but
I
somewhere
also read
between that.
those papers. I also read those papers. That is why I'm saying I know what I'm talking about. And 7,000 years back, they are saying there are no humans. So 7,000 years, if there are no humans, then Rama cannot be born. Dasharatha cannot be born. All the Ikshvaku Vamsa cannot be
I
born.
don't know which paper you're referring to, but I haven't come across that 7,000 years back humans weren't born. But
Something called Ikshvaku Vamsa.
mhm.
Do you believe that it existed?
Rama is from Ishvaku Vamsa, is what Ramayana says.
So
So he should have
you believe in
existed.
Rama. So you should have an ancestor, right?
Yes.
So
It started
ancestors
from
exist.
Ishvaku.
So when was it? Who was the
I
first?
don't know.
There is a
There
video,
are
small
there
video.
no no.
Sorry,
Are there any inscriptions or any documentation about the existence? I would ask that first. Something like Ramayana, right? Ramayana. I'm seeing
it is
Ramayana.
part and
Valmiki wrote
parcel of
Ramayana.
our Puranas. It is part and parcel of our Puranas. Itihasas. It is all part and parcel of it.
Puranas, sir. I honestly want to conclude here. I mean, I want to talk about Puranas and Itihasas. You know, the understanding of Puranas and Itihasas separately. You know, if you take it to Puranas, it goes to another plane, and you know, I don't. I'm not sure how relevant it will be for this conversation, but honestly, for I mean, having a person as knowledgeable as you, I really wanted to, because I call you knowledgeable because you are readily accepting to say I don't know. Someone who says I don't know is definitely a very valued person and a very knowledgeable person, is what my humble thinking is. But
So that's the trick. So that's the trick to become knowledgeable. You say, I don't know.
however it may be, it was a very very wonderful discussion, and thank you so much for taking time and talking to me on this. I wish to connect with you in on various subjects related to Sanatana Dharma, Itihasas, Puranas, and lot more. And thanks again, sir.
Anytime. Srimate Ramanujayana.